Mihai Csikszentmihalyi is a psychology professor specializing in creativity research. He first proposed the concept of flow, which is a state of removed inspiration that a person experiences in the process of pursuing something that engages just the right blend of challenge, ability, and interest.
In our studies, we represent the everyday life of people in this simple scheme, and two things that we measure is the amount of challenge people experience at that moment and the amount of skills that they feel they have at that moment. You have a kind of a set point there, which would be in the middle. If we know what that set point is, we can predict fairly accurately when you will be in flow, and it will be when your challenges are higher than average and skills are higher than average.
In the fall of 2010 at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, English professor Dan Anderson led a class formally titled Introductory Seminar to Literary Studies and informally renamed it to Performing Literature because of the unique requirement for students to create and perform works related to the literature explored in class, such as a video mashup of popular media or a screencast visual essay on a novel. The work students did in performing literature generated many ingredients of creativity. Michaela linked the unfamiliar nature of the tasks with a sense of creativity. Many of the activities brought to light key elements of flow.
And regardless of the culture, regardless of education or whatever, there are these 7 conditions that seem to be there when a person is in flow. There's this focus that once it becomes intense leads to a sense of ecstasy, a sense of clarity. You know exactly what you want to do from one moment to the other. You get immediate feedback. You know that what you need to do is possible to do even though difficult. And sense of time disappears. You forget yourself. You feel part of something larger. And once those conditions are present, what you're doing becomes worth doing for its own sake.
Michaela remarked in her portfolio, "I got into the zone, much as I do when working on my paintings or other art for my studio art classes, and I didn't even notice I'd been sitting there for hours making it. I think this medium is much more comparable to creating an art piece or composing music in that there are few limitations or restrictions, and it capitalizes on creativity and an artistic eye." She had existing skills in visual composition, acquired new skills for the specific software programs and varied assignments, and brought them together in creating a new and successful performance. An elusive equality was inherent in many of the course's assignments. Some students found enjoyment with the challenge, others could not reach a creative flow because obstacles from challenges in collaboration to overly distracting technological hurdles kept them from finding the delicate balance of skill and challenge needed to reach a fully creative state. Csikszentmihalyi wrote, "The link between flow and happiness depends on whether the flow-producing activity is complex, whether it leads to new challenges, and hence to personal as well as cultural growth." Reflections on growth in the course proved very positive. Finding the right balance between engagement and complacency is itself a challenge, but one that we all took on in our class and, in many cases, successfully reached a state of flow while discovering new learning mediums along the way.